Welcome back to Pikmin. On the last episode, we went to the Valley of Repose, we finished Emergence Cave, we got some above-ground treasures. On this episode, I'm actually going to start by going to the Piklopedia. This is a place I actually kind of enjoy quite a bit. I didn't really show it off fully in depth last time, but here we have the red bulb orb. As you can see, you can throw some Pikpik carrots at it. And it will eventually wake up, and it basically simulates how this thing attacks Pikmin, which I think is really cool. You get to see, you know, how it behaves, you can study its patterns. And there are also Olimar's notes and Louie's notes, so let's read Olimar's. Red bulb orb. Science stuff, grub dog family. This large organism has the familiar mandibles and cranial morphology of the grub dog family, as well as the characteristic bulging eyes. As with most grub dogs, the creature's cranium comprises half of its total length and girth. Showing a scarlet abdomen with white spots, this creature is primarily nocturnal, choosing to prey upon smaller creatures returning to their nests. Originally classified as the spotty bulb orb, further research has reclassified this species as the red bulb orb. Subspecies of varied colors have recently been discovered, but academics are divided into two rival camps over how to handle their classification. Very scientific, so let's see what Louie has to say about this guy. Plump specimens are best spit roasted whole, stuffed with a lime and a slab of bacon, basted frequently to ensure a magnificently moist haunch. I just really wanted to show that off. I find that really funny, that you can read legitimate scientific thoughts about Olimar, and then Louie just wants to cook and eat all the creatures. So anyways, we're going to go to the Awakening Wood today. Excited to fill out the Piklopedia to see how to cook all these monsters we're going to be fighting. Alright, last time we also got purple Pikmin, that's exciting. They can carry more, they're stronger, they do other stuff as well, and you might notice this area looks a bit familiar. But we'll get more into that in a second, because I'm sure the ship will have lots to say when we land. Hello. Good morning. Should please note the purple Pikmin are lodged safely in my hull because they don't have an onion. I use my interiors to suit them perfectly, though they do occasionally tickle me. Gross. Stand in the ring of light below me and press A to call the purple Pikmin out. Will do. So yes, purple Pikmin do not own an onion, but they are stored inside the contents of the ship. The rocket, rather. We only have 69 Pikmin totals, might as well just get everything out. So yeah, you might recognize this area as the Forest of Hope from the first game. You might notice that this over here is where we landed. These guys are harmless. This is where we landed originally. That's neat. Let's break you guys into two squads. Oh, I'm sorry. Someone has something really important to say. Louie. Peculiarities. Yeah. This is the third time? Oh, wait, no, this is actually important. Hang on. This is a feature I thought was in the first game, but it's actually in the second game. So if you hold A to grab one, and then you D-pad, you can change which Pikmin you're grabbing. Very useful. Alright. We're gonna break you guys up real quick. There are some berries. Louie, you're on berry and wall duty. So let's get some reds. There's C-stick throwing, I just want to get them more on the wall. Alright. There's a honey whips for some nectar if we want it, which we might. These purples are quite slow. And we're gonna get these guys on the berries. And then meanwhile, Olimar, you're gonna take 10 purples, and we're gonna go do some combat, 'cause that's what they're best at. There's some other reds we didn't get a chance to get our hands on, but that's fine. Alright, so let's find out why purple Pikmin are so good in combat. Well, when you throw them, they do a homing ground pound, so you don't really have to aim, and they do a lot more damage, and as you're about to see with this red bulb orb, when you throw a purple onto someone's back, they stun them, and they're unable to move for a time. So if you just keep throwing purples, they just do not stand a chance. Even with only 10, I mean, it's just depressing. There's a strawberry there, let's get our hands on that. That area is where we fought the burrowing snagger in the first game. Suddenly this has turned into a Family Guy episode where I just say, hey, remember that time we were over there. Let's try and boost our red numbers a little bit. As purples don't have an onion, they will always carry things back to the red onion, so don't gotta worry about that. Attack these guys, they're harmless, might as well carry their corpses back. Put them in the Piklopedia. And they're carrying berries back as well. Hello, Louie. Let's just get the rest of these guys. Let's get you on the berries first off. Good job. Let's see what those berries do. Let's also knock you out of the sky. Don't want any of you getting that. Let's just keep you guys on the wall real quick. Miss you. Oh, sorry. Berry alert. Wow, it's so round. Astounding. This red berry contains an ultra-spicy essence. Does not appear to have any monetary value, but I shall research potential uses for it. Bring me another specimen. Oh, we got more on the way, believe me. Alright, Olimar, you're on wall duty for now. You just kind of keep track of these guys, and Louie, you go do something else. I'll tell you what berry does have monetary value. The one we're bringing back. Good old strawberries. I like strawberries. I think my favorite fruit of all time is probably the banana, but strawberry has some merit as well. Very, very sweet. The only problem is getting that little leafy bit out of the way. But I suppose eating it doesn't really... I mean, surely it doesn't hurt you, right? It's the sunseed berry. 11% of the debt recovered. I was more specific, but I'll let you have this one. And we're just gonna look around real quick. Get some more pellets. We don't even have 100 Pikmin totally yet, so there's no reason not to boost our numbers a bit. Reds are, of course, as previously mentioned, the only ones we can really get. Let's get you to search for nectar. Okay, let's get you to search for nectar. I'll probably end up drinking the first batch, but, you know, he earns it for being such a hard worker. With nothing else to do, let's just bring these guys back. Why not? These guys give 12. You remember that. And along with the fact that purples are really slow, yeah, as you can see, they carry things, like, really, really slowly. So, definitely a good idea to put some reds on it, even if it only requires one purple. And they got the wall done. Good job. Oh, berry alert. So yeah, the berries grow back after a certain amount of time. Let's just get Louie over here. Let's get Olimar to investigate this area. That just looks like an enemy, so I'm going to ignore that for the time being. But let's get, you know... This is something I'll talk more about later, is the fact that having two captains is not, like, actually the most efficient thing in the world. You are often kind of forced to join them up to do things. Like, I need to get Louie back for the, purple stuff. Oh, look, it's the discovery about 100 red Pikmin. Don't worry, I can summarize this for you. You can only have 100 red Pikmin in the field, but if you bring more stuff back to the onion, they will still produce. They will just not appear on the field. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, actually, I'm dumb. Hang on a second, let's call Louie. Get this plucking a bit faster. As you can see, we only have 95 Pikmin, and as the ship just suggested, there may be wild Pikmin somewhere that we need to get. So let's keep an eye out for those guys, shall we? I spotted some nectar over there. Really interested in getting our purples nectar because they're very slow. Alright. Good job on the nectar collection. Oh, it seems like they don't actually drink the nectar when they find it. Good for them. But they probably... I thought that was the nectar getting. Nope, more berries. It's a jelly. Nice. Captain, along with my research on the red berries you discovered have yielded a powerful potion. Behold the ultra-spicy spray. Though it is untested, I believe it will have spectacular results. Spray it on all your Pikmin by pressing down on the D-pad. And so I can produce 1 bottle of spray from 10 berries. And we can look at our berry count at any time. Okay. Let's get you guys nice and flowered, where we will hopefully see another cutscene. Very excited. There it is. When Pikmin drink nectar, they become flowers. Flowers are faster than leaves. Buds are faster than leaves. Leaves are very slow. They're faster. They work. They just do things better. Yeah, sharing things with Louie. I guess Louie is like the self-insert in this game, because if for some reason this is your first Pikmin game, you wouldn't know what any of this does. Alright, we got the ultra spicy spray. Gotta be honest, you guys don't need to carry any more back, though I appreciate it. Oh god, I'm just shattered on the floor. Alright, looks like to be some combat ahead, so let's get some more red flowers, please. I feel like the nectaring process is a lot better in this game. I'm noticing a lot more getting nectared. As you can see, when you grab a purple, all the purples come to the front of the squad. This guy's interesting. I mean, you use purples and he dies. But yeah, he will often do that, where he will seemingly eat a Pikmin, and then he's just fine. It's always really, really scary when it happens, but no, trust me, they're gonna be okay. Let's throw some boys on here. Purple Pikmin also have 10 in the way of weight. And I'm now realizing we don't have enough, because we only have 10 purples. And then you might see one of these flowers over here has a bit of an eyeball going on that one on the left. So what's up with that? Let's go investigate. It's a creeping chrysanthemum. He pretends to be a flower, but he is actually very naughty. He will use purples and ruin his life by ending it. I mean, that stun time is ridiculous. That is... he is stunned for way too long. Purples are ridiculous. I'll use them for today, and then maybe we'll make a judgment call later on how much we should be using them. This is where we found yellow Pikmin last time. There appears to be poison. Can't do anything about that. So, again, with no other options, we will descend into this mysterious wormhole. Oh my. Biological sensors are reacting violently. The readings are ominous. A beast of unknown power lurks in these depths. A large Pikmin group would be reassuring. My sound sensors are picking up hostile roars of many beasts. Expect dangerous encounters. Sensors are also showing extreme heat pockets. You may need flame-resistant Pikmin. But my records indicate no such data. Are my records incomplete? Then no, red Pikmin are immune to fire. As you can see, it's the hole of beasts. We haven't gotten any treasures, we haven't entered, but there is fire, so let's enter this hole with our Pikmin squad. Try to remember not to skip the cutscene this time, or we fall down. The Hole of Beasts, sub-level 1. Welcome to reading things on the screen, because I can't think of anything to talk about. Oh, hope you guys like that cutscene, because I'm going to be skipping it every single time from here on out. Alright, here in sub-level 1, let's just, you know the drill, we're grabbing our purples just in case there is combat afoot. I don't see any enemies. They could be lurking right underneath the damn floor. Like ones are harmless. You guys are not. Swarming those guys is actually a bad idea. Sometimes if you swarm them, it just, I mean, it leads them closer to the mouth. So, and then I did it again. It's called we do with the trolling. Yeah, so what we learned today is do not swarm these guys. You definitely want to throw. He's eaten one. I don't think he swallowed, though. And so yeah, dungeons are like, you obviously can't replenish your Pikmin numbers, so you really need to be careful with your guys in here. I think it's just this one treasure, this little D-pad here. Is there another? Gross. Just get out. Yeah, same deal with the guy earlier that I don't remember his name. He sometimes eats Pikmin, he does not swallow. We're just gonna get that back and then, you know, we'll figure out if this is the last treasure by the noise. It's the D-pad. The directional pad, if you're fancy. 100 Pokos. It's the Stone of Glory. How cool. And there's the noise that tells us there are no more treasures. So let's descend into the next hole. I'm not going to test it out here. I'm pretty sure you don't actually need to have the Pikmin in your squad. As long as they're just alive on the floor, they will automatically come with you. Again, not going to test it out here, but we'll have to see. I'll do it at some point. I wasn't really thinking about it when I came in here, but I'll update you guys in the future. Down to sub-level 2. And that lovely music indicates that this is a rest floor. Often you will find rest floors. Look at that, there are more purple flowers. So rest floors don't usually have any hostile enemies. They usually have nectar and all sorts of lovely goodies. But these are nice. I like rest floors a lot. I mean, they're not very useful on sub-level 2, but on, you know, once we get into the floors, or the dungeons with like 10 floors, you're gonna really want them. And I realized I did that out of order. I should have gotten purples first. Because no point flowering these guys if they're just gonna turn into perps. Louie. Alright, get you to pluck our new purples, and with our 20 purples, as long as none of them die in this dungeon, should have enough to weigh down that bag we saw earlier, which is very nice. Alright. Purple's just comically slow, but we're working on it. So, by the way, shout out to the fact that when I start uploading these videos again, I expect my Twitter to start going crazy, because I'm probably not gonna link my Twitter, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna be like straight up, there is just like pornography on there. I don't want any young children to be exposed to such naughtiness. But every time I linked my Twitter in the previous video, like, man, you know those Twitter porn bots were all over my follow button, which is good, because it's just a raw dopamine factory for me. It doesn't matter who, doesn't matter if they're even real. Vector profile, up 6.3% OnlyFans, not very impressive, but good for you. I don't know, maybe I should start an OnlyFans. Not like for, you know, any naughty business, just for fun. Pictures of my feet would be okay, I think. I'd be comfortable with that. I mean, I'd get top 6.3% in no time. Fire geysers in this game, you can fight them. So now you can see the advantage of having two captains. Olimar can take the purples, so we can take the reds, clear out all this nasty fire, and then if we need any combat, we bring in support from Olimar. And there is a little thing in there. So you guys get your hands on that. And there's another thing over here. Good old floppy disk. I cannot remember the last time I saw a floppy disk in real life, which I guess is a good thing. I'm now realizing we don't need to deal with all this, because we're only bringing red Pikmin through here. It's okay. You don't have to fight it, it's fine. The poor fire geyser had a family. Make sure everyone is accounted for. Olimar can pick up the remaining reds just to make sure they're in our party before we descend. And what is that? I actually don't know. It's a Strife Monolith. Is that a Mahjong tablet? I don't know what Mahjong is, but that seems like it's probably what it is. It's big in Japan, right? You know what else is big in Japan? Baseball. They love it over there. You guys ever see that video of the girl from The Ring and the girl from The Grudge playing baseball? What a nice time to be alive. Okay, 40 Pikmin, 25 on there, so you should have 30. Math checks out. I'm not really into sports, as you can tell by the fact that I'm playing Pikmin 2 on a YouTube channel. But I think baseball's a decent one. It's just, you know, there's a lot going on in baseball, and I think once you learn the rules... It's the Cosmic Archive, by the way. Last treasure? I think once you learn the rules of baseball, it's pretty, it's a good time. Though I do not spend my free time watching sports, because I am instead spending my free time watching others play video games. The game has been saved.